Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the walkthrough of DAOpportunity, a student lending platform based on blockchain. So, as a start, let me take a large overview of what DAO would be like. So, it would be a governance platform that would essentially allow students to get funding for their studies um, at all level, being tuition fees, um, living costs, and um, any further expenditure. This would be covered by investors in the first place, and later down the line, when the students will actually go to the workplace and obtain a wage, then they would pay back on a monthly or yearly basis a percentage of their salary. So how does it work? Let's go through that. So here you can see that this is the platform. So we have a governance level, we have a user interface, we have a technological layer, and a financial layer here below. To facilitate the to facilitate the read through, we're gonna go to some filters here, and we're gonna just showcase what an actual students would live, and then we can go over the main important features. So now, looking over at a student, we can see that a student here would have a university application, student accommodation, and living expenses to cover. So by going on our platform, the students could actually come here, arrive on the landing page, decides that he is part of the student pool, and from this, then start having conversations about getting funding. So if he goes to the student portal, then here we are. We arrive on a decision tree where the students would eventually decide to go for funding. Then there's a whole KYC part where would assess the viability of the client or the students, then ensure that the enrollment of the university has been accepted. So checking that there's an enrollment letter, and then would decide to give an offer. Um, as this happens, we then issue an NFT, providing a proof that the person is actually part of the opportunity, and then the program can start. So when the program starts, the students will have access to a whole bunch of features within the program on top of the simple funding. So there would be access to job application facilitation. So in the very first place, a lot of students have issues getting rewarding and high-paying jobs. So we would facilitate that thanks to our network. At the same time, we'll provide networking opportunities in every single industry available in the campus and outside of campus, and as well in the entrepreneurship side, because I think it's really core to the innovation and the fast moving of ideas to have an entrepreneurship layer that is really strong. And on top of that, we'll have access to mentorship and tailored programs. So those mentorships and tailored programs are held by the university, the partner companies, and the alumni, which we'll see right here. So all of these will be accessible to any students actually taking part of the opportunity. So once a student actually lands the job offer, it will become a working professional. And once that person actually becomes a working professional, then here the NFT comes into play. So a new NFT is issued saying that this person is now a graduate, and with this NFT that's in his wallet, then we'll have an automated way of actually taking some percentage of their income or their funds directly out of the wallet. At the same time, this NFT not only takes the money out of the wallet, but also grants access to further networking, student mentorship, and work facilitation transition. So, sort of workshops between alumni to understand how one can actually change career path. So now, if we introduce some financial paths, we see that with this payback, the moment the student actually needs to pay back whatever has been given to him, we'll go down to the financial layer here, and we'll see that the student actually gives out some fund, gets the dividend paid, and then these funds will be split in several parts. So the first part would be the investor share, so the people that have in the first place invested into the student. The second part would be the international pool. Here is where the virtuous circle of funding actually takes place, and actual students will pay or fund the studies of further students. So let's imagine that one student pays £500 a year, then 25% of these £500 would go towards the international pool, and the international pool gets more and more funds accumulated. And once it reaches, let's imagine, £1,000, so within 4 years, then this international pool is open, and then this will lead to a new funding circle. And eventually, a part of the funds will go towards the funders. Um, Now, as I explained, the international pool once open will lead to new student round. So the new funding student round, and this will lead towards the very beginning where the student actually comes and the circle repeats itself. That was a brief walkthrough of what the opportunity is like, and thank you very much for your attention.